Hey guys, don't refresh your browsers. Elisa and Shanjana are gonna have a new episode coming out next week. They are just so busy with everything this week at Close Look headquarters. This Saturday, we have our Close Look award ceremony. So guys, I'm doing this just as a thing to help them announce a repeated episode for this week, but they're gonna be back next week. I know you're gonna miss it. I know I wanna see it. And guys, of course, tune in live on Facebook this Saturday for the lovely Close Look Got Talent award ceremony. Now, I gotta go help them because things are crazy over there. Have a good one. Enjoy the episode.
Hello everyone and welcome to The Reality Is. My name is Alicia.
And my name is Sanjana.
And before the show starts, we like to let viewers know that the values and opinions that are expressed on the show do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Close Look. They are our opinions and ours alone. We do this now and it's just a natural, normal thing that we do now. So we have to keep doing it for the show. And we have a sponsor.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Surrey Honda. Please do check them out at surreyhonda.com and feel free to look at their store as well on 152nd Street and Fraser Highway.
Yay, awesome. Okay, with that being said, let's get started with the show. Oh my god, we're so happy. We have a guest. We have a guest this week. It's awesome.
Someone wants to be on our show.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Everyone wants to be on a show, but that's the nature of the work that we do. So we have Leo. Leo's on the show. Leo has he's a familiar face of Close Looks. He's been on Sweet Culture, which is another podcast hosted by Daniel and Dustin, two amazing, interesting guys. Daniel, and behind us there, he's the camera operator. And, Leo, he is also, a big supporter of Close Look. So it's really nice to see his interviews on screen, but for him to come on the show, it's quite a pleasure to do that.
And he seems to be so good at talking about motivation, and he seems so motivating.
Yeah, I mean, we had a conversation on the phone and it went so well that we're like, hey, let's actually have him on the show so we can actually broadcast that conversation to viewers out there so that they can learn more about motivation. And that's the topic of this week is motivation. And we are back and we're here with another body. It's been just the two of us for so long, so it's nice to have a physical person that's not Sanjana on the show. So everyone, this is Leo. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me here.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So the reason why we have Leo on the show is because our phone conversation just turned into this organic talk about motivation. And motivation is such an important topic, especially for our viewers, like, teenagers and young adults who might be in high school, university, and really want to cultivate motivation so they can succeed in life. So let's start with that first question. What is motivation?
Well, that's a very interesting question. So I used to think I am very motivated guy. I see a lot of people, it's like you just go and motivate yourself and you should be fine. Actually, I figured it out that that's only one part of the ingredient of the success, right? I used to say that a chocolate cake, it's not only, you don't use only chocolate.
I didn't think you were going to say chocolate cake, first of all, so I'm smiling.
Oh, you like chocolate cake?
I love chocolate cake.
Okay, perfect. So you don't do only chocolate cake with using only chocolate. You use more ingredients.
Yes.
So, but people don't see that. They only say, chocolate cake, chocolate. So a success, you have a lot of things behind it, the success. So motivation, it's one of them. And we have to understand that motivation is not a big part of success. It's one, small portion of it. Right?
And motivation is everywhere. How do you get motivated? Here's a book on motivation.
Sure.
But if that's the case, actually we're paying for our downfall because it's just only a little bit about what the truth is,
Yeah, it's like the frosting of the cake, but you're not seeing the raw ingredients that are being put into it.
You are seeing the fruit but not the root. You know what I mean? So you are seeing something very superficial. So motivation is what gets you started. Okay. So motivation, it's something okay, I'm starting a day. Yes, now I am motivated. But if you get something during the day, it's very easy to get swallowed by a bad day.
Yes.
Yeah.
If something happens in your life, it's easy to get discouraged, right?
100%. I
And-
got discouraged 1,000 times.
Yeah. And you know what? That's interesting you say that, because those motivators like Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. Yeah. He's a fantastic guy.
He's amazing. He motivates the hell out of a room, right? But that's it. You you have to. It's short term and it's not sustainable. And that's why we're here today, to talk about the sustainable, the long term, so that we can actually make sense of motivation and actually use it in our lives.
Because otherwise it's like that withdrawal, right? Like you're kind of like on a high at one moment, and you're motivated, and then without that book, you're probably nothing, or you don't feel as motivated and wanting to do things. And you spoke about like, motivation, and like I was kind of curious, like, how do we even get to that motivation? Like, what are some elements that you kind of see in motivation?
It's very interesting, the Tony Robbins thing, because I remember 4 years ago, I was working in a restaurant, and then I saw a lot of people going there very enthusiastic. Yeah. I was like, hey, what's going on? No, we were in Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
I totally believe in Tony Robbins. He's a fantastic guy. Like I have some of his books. Great. Something that people don't understand, that after a while, the excitement gets like cold.
It fades.
It fades.
Yeah.
So that's something about motivation. People has misconceptions about. I was the person that got the most misconception about motivation, because I was very motivated guy. I was like, oh, motivation. And okay, so I start my day very motivated.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Where's my motivation?
And you're done.
now?
And then you're done for the day. You're like,
It's very easy nowadays to get swallowed, like by a bad day. So motivation, it's what gets you started. Discipline, it's what gets you going.
So you know what? That's the disclaimer. Like, we're talking about motivation, but it's really, really discipline, right? That's what the aim is, for us to kind of like tap into what's going to work for us and what's going to continue to work for us, so that we keep showing up the way we want to.
Yeah, there is a phrase of Jim Rohn. I am a fan of Jim Rohn. Huge fan.
Who's that?
He passed away in 2009. He was the personal development. He was the biggest one. Jim Rohn. I totally recommend every single one to take a look at him.
Yeah.
He touched in my depth of my soul with his video. It's incredible. So he said that discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So he said you can have a goal, but you only gonna accomplish it through discipline. Because discipline is something like showing up every day. That's where motivation comes from. You need to motivate yourself. So when you start the day, like some people need to drink their coffee. You need your cup of coffee to kind of uplift yourself, right? Even for the times where you're feeling low, right? That's what's kind of gonna be the things that it's gonna encourage us to keep going, right?
Yeah. A lot of times it seems like we're always reaching for like the larger goals and stuff, instead of going like day by day, forming like smaller goals and having that discipline, right?
Yes, I believe as step by step.
Yeah.
So I was a guy that used to have big goals. So you don't get the big goals unless you get the small ones. So people always say, I want to be a leader. Great, you want to be a leader? Start with one by one. Like teach one person and then teach two. So, but the guy has a misconception of, okay, I want to be a leader, I want to be a speaker, but I will speak to like 10,000 people, 1,000 people at first. No, you start one by one.
Yeah.
And then you start 2, 10, 100. So you have to understand that it's a step by step, right? So once you get it, it's easy. And there is another phrase that success is not willing to waste the success with the unprepared person. You have to be prepared. You have to prepare yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And discipline kind of helps you go through that
100%.
path, right? With the small goals that you have that are aligning to that larger goal.
And like, how discouraged would you feel if you have this big ass goal and you're like, oh man, I can't do it. I didn't get to my 10,000 people in one room. I didn't get there. It's like you would feel down, and you're adding to that pressure. This astronomical pressure that you've put on yourself. So why not start small, right? and have little victories as you go. And those goals, those small goals, are actually leading up to that big overarching thing that you want to do in your life. So, and you know what, we talked about this in our phone call, and I remember saying, we need elements of motivation. We need discipline, we need willpower. And I remember you're like, no, actually that part's kind of wrong. So let's talk about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to find the key. Where did I play? The key, it's right here.
I don't know why I was like, I don't have it.
It's right here. So I have a lot of people say, oh, thank you so much, you motivate me. Oh, I was like, please don't say that, motivate you. Because motivation, it's like a key, right? So I believe my job in life, it's not to come and motivate anyone. My job in life, it's like to show you that you have a key, right? Everyone born with a key. You born with a key. So if you rely on someone to motivate you, what about if the person doesn't show up that day? You're not gonna be motivated. But if you have a key, you can turn on and off whatever and whenever you please. So my goal in life is to show you that you have the key. It's not to teach you, it's to show you that you have the key. And whenever you can turn on, you can turn off. Because if you give me the power to turn you on, you are giving me the power to turn you off.
Yeah.
So I believe the key, it's your key. My goal in life is to show, hey, wake up. You have a key. You can do whatever you want with your key.
Yeah, so you're really learning how to give yourself the support that you kind of need, right? It's the same with like happiness. Like people say you should create happiness from within, or you should try and find that from within. So it's the same with motivation, right?
Because, people come and go, right?
Exactly.
And, if you have your own clients and like if you are the motivational speaker or the life coach, right? It's kind of like the relationship you have with that person cultivated over time, but knowing that you're going to have to be doing this on your own. If you're really trying to get disciplined, if you're really pursuing something that is going to benefit you for years and years to come, rather than just for a month or a couple weeks, with that person. So, so maybe some of the elements of motivation is maybe what are the elements of discipline?
Yes, I believe you have to have a big dream, of course, sure, like what you want to accomplish in 10, 20, 30 years. However, you have to have the small dreams as well. Because what you're going to accomplish in 20, you're only going to feel proud of yourself in 20 years when you accomplish that big goal. What about the small ones? So you have to have like two kind of goals, right? You have to have the small goals, which is the short-term goal, and you have to have like the long-term goal. So my long-term goal, it's to buy a big house, to be like a huge speaker, a well-known speaker. That's a long-term goal.
Yeah.
What's the short-term goal? The short-term goal is to go to school. It's to to give it like speed. It's to talk to people.
Yeah, or it's like like go and show up to all your classes. Like
exactly.
Like you have to do those things so that you can one day, be confident to, put yourself in that position one day, right? So
exactly.
It seems like we're all, not all, like some people are trying to like fast forward all those small steps, the ups, the downs, the middles, and everything in between.
Imagine like, okay, I know we always talk about social media, but social media, you see the person with the car, with the clothes and stuff like that, and you're like, I want to be there, I want to get there, but you don't know that they have little increments of success or accomplishments that got them there, or actually maybe they just have it's their parents' car, and then you're just just comparing them to nothing. So
so that's the thing nowadays. Nowadays it's so easy, like, oh, get a $10,000 in a month. Did you see my Ferrari? Did you see my Lamborghini? Here's my backyard.
Yes.
I watch those stuff. That's okay. That's fun. But like you always can learn from some videos as well. You can learn every time from every single experience, no matter how tough the experience is.
Yeah.
But the thing is, nowadays we have everything in one touch.
And that means you want it right away.
Yes, you want it right away.
Yeah.
And that's what creates like the person like, oh, I did this, didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Your
I'm done.
self-esteem it starts like to go like down, and then you start being depressed. And then you start don't believe in yourself anymore because like, oh, I tried. He tried, he's successful.
Yeah, and that's
Look,
just
he's on video.
And that's just redundant because you want to be more motivated, and now you're not able to give yourself
exactly.
that.
But that's a huge misconception. So the people see the top of the iceberg, but they don't see like the underwater thing. It's huge.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's huge.
100%.
So something that I want to talk to you that I got this completely messed up when I was like 20. It's first, there is no shortcuts.
Yeah,
Forget about it. Sorry to discourage you in that aspect, but I'm here to tell what actually is. There is no shortcuts. There is no easy A. You have to pay the price. Everything has a price.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sometimes it's not like the money, but
Yeah.
price of a time, price of a friendship, price of a relationship.
Yeah.
I am paying a price. You are paying a price to be here. Your time,
Yeah.
money you can get back, but time you never can get
Yeah.
back.
That's
So you have
very
to be
true.
wise.
So, but it's also like the amount, like what you put in is what you're gonna get. So if you're not
much
showing
more,
up,
much more.
Yeah.
Much more. If you plant one seed, you are not only getting one seed.
Yeah.
So if you plant, let's say, an apple, you plant one apple and become like a tree. And the tree has like a multiple
and it has
apples.
fruits.
And the
too,
fruits.
yeah.
And the fruits. Each fruit has how many seeds? So whatever exactly whatever we plant, we not get the same amount. We
Yeah.
always get more. So if you put if you plant bad, you're gonna get worse of that. If you plant good, you're gonna get much
plentiful.
more.
Yeah. So you know what? We have 2 questions we want to ask,
Absolutely.
and these are questions you don't know about,
Okay.
and we want to get like the genuine, response because there is just so much out there that I think that gets misconstrued or there's just misconceptions, and that's what our show's about. So let's ask the first question. Okay, so the first question, it's a true or false. So
Okay.
so nothing lights fire like fear. True or false?
Nothing lights fire as fear.
Like fear.
Like fear. I would say it's false because of course, fears trigger you. Okay, so human beings are emotional species, right? So you can change your life in one day by love or by fear. The fear can be anger as well. So you can be excited. The day that turns your life around. Which day is that? Something can happen in your job and then you say, it's enough. I will change it. So that could be like fear, that could be anger, or it could be love of someone. Let's say your parents need support. That's love. Love can trigger you in an inner power that everyone has it, but it's, it's dormant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So love can trigger you and fear as well.
Yeah.
So I would
sure.
say it's false.
That was actually
That's very true.
that was an interesting perspective you gave, right? Because we were thinking about we also think it's false too,
Okay.
right? But the thing with fear is it's the adrenaline maybe that actually like stimulates you to do something. Oh, I gotta do this, otherwise I'm gonna fail. Or it's dependent on a grade or something. So you're like, yeah, I gotta do this. And this is to all the high schoolers and all the university students out there.
I feel targeted.
I mean, this was my whole university
life.
career. Yeah, my whole. So it really just like propels you to do that thing. But then when that fear is gone, you go back to your old habits
It's
of
like
not doing
adrenaline,
anything.
right? It's
Yeah.
like motivation. Yeah, let's go, let's do it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it up tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, let's go. And then, maybe not
Yeah.
tomorrow, the day
Yeah.
after tomorrow.
We'll do it another time.
My life sucks.
Yeah, my
And it
life
all
sucks.
and it all goes back to discipline again, right?
Exactly. So let me ask you a question. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you walk? Even though if you can walk, at least you can see, you can hear. At least one of the senses you have it. If you have it, if you are alive, be grateful.
Yeah.
So you can succeed in life. You don't have to have everything to succeed. There is a phrase that says, in order to escape a prison, the first thing you have to realize you are in one. So in order to change your life, you have to realize, okay, my case. Okay, I'm broke. Who cares? Okay, I am broke now. I'm not gonna be here forever. So the first thing I had to realize, it's my current situation. Because if you say, I'm not broke. Oh, no, I'm not broke.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
delusion.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
delusion. It's the
Yeah.
beginning
And then
of
how
delusion.
how do you know that you're in a well? Or,
Exactly.
you're like, oh, I'm in a bloody well. I need to do something about this.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like going back to like we had an episode about toxic positivity, and it's really about talking about like I've repeated myself so many times. Just like, you know, saying like, oh, everything's great. You know, I'm fine. Everything is good. I'll just stay positive. And then you're neglecting the things that actually need to be addressed.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like self-neglect starts as an infection. Jim Rohn said that. Why? Because if you neglect one small thing, you're gonna neglect the other. The other say, and then you're gonna say, I used to say, this doesn't matter, it's just a small thing. It's like a domino effect. Everything affects everything. I will give an example. If I don't eat an apple a day, I'm not gonna go around the block for my physical health.
Yeah.
If I don't do this, I'm not gonna do the push-ups. If I don't do the push-ups, I'm not gonna have like the less enthusiasm, like more enthusiasm. So if I neglect one single thing,
that's true. Yeah.
The whole thing collapses.
Yeah, because you don't know where to draw the line anymore,
We
right?
never know. You know, that's what life is so good, because we never know which day is gonna turn our life around. You never know who the opportunity is coming from. You just have to realize what, if I call a cab right now, I am at this address, I want to go to the airport. I don't have to know which street the cab will drive. I just have to know where I am, where I want to go. The how, it's not my problem. The how, it's not my business. The how, it's not your business. You just have to know where you are at. That's why in order to escape from a prison, you have to realize where I want. First, I am here, where you want to go. And then you're going to have like a small goals and a big goals. Why small and big? Small because it's going to keep you motivated. Because if you only rely on big, it sucks. I cannot accomplish this. How am I going to accomplish that? So everyone has a goal like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. But it's a big one. It starts with like $5,000 and then 10,000, 50, 100. And then you see like a progress. You see the progress. If you see the progress, you become more in like a self-confident. Right? And then that's how it starts. So the how, you don't have to know how.
And also like when with those little astronomical, never mind. So like with those small steps, even that motivation, that short-term motivation, it's coming from something. It's coming from progress. It's coming from something that's building on a bigger thing. So it's great. I mean, I totally agree with you. Like it's, and I think that the reason why I agree more is because I think that I was motivated for a long period of my time, and it's only just now I know what discipline is. So I see it, like I do see it. Was there another question that you wanted to, or no, a true and false question? Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually. So we did talk a lot about, you know, being successful, but what about like greater rewards? Do you feel like greater rewards will lend, greater motivation in people?
Very interesting question. People think like this. Once I have the big office, I'm gonna be happy. Once I have that house, that car, or that money in my account, I'm gonna be happy. Illusion. Why?
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna be as happy as you are right now.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, because the adrenaline, the excitement will fade. Trust me, will fade. Whatever your dream, oh no, this is my huge dream, I'm gonna be so happy forever if I get that. Sorry, but you're not gonna be as happy as you are right now.
And you know, it would be super awkward if your answer wasn't the same as ours. We'd be like, actually, you know what? That answer is wait, what is it? It's false. It's false. Yeah. It is false. Because a lot of times, even when you get there, it's you're doing something for an external reward, when a lot of times if you think intrinsically, right, if you think about like, you know, I'm doing this like because I want to just, you know, for myself succeed, or, you know, just be fulfilled, or this is a passion of mine, that's where a lot of the I guess appreciation for the goal comes in. Once you reach that goal, that's it. And then you have to kind of start looking at what the next step is without even ever appreciating where you were, where you're at, and where you're gonna go.
And I do want to clarify, like, because like we are asking people to definitely reach for like small goals and large goals as well, but not reaching for maybe like extrinsic things, like maybe like money or like praise and that kind of stuff. That's what we're trying to aim for, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's not only money, because nowadays people say about money, but you can get whatever you want as a relationship, as a person. I believe we came to this world naked, so we're not gonna take anything.
Yeah.
We are here just for using it, and you have to be wise while you are here. So you have to understand that we're not gonna take anything, but the person you become, you're gonna take with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for watching us for this long. We really hope that you did enjoy this show and you weren't just fast forwarding through this.
And it was fun. Like, the energy in the room is really fun, and just, it's uplifting, you know? So
I know. I feel motivated, but I'm also going to be disciplined. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Because tomorrow you
What if
might
you-
not be.
Oh my god, what if he's like, oh my god, you guys learned nothing?
You learned nothing.
Like,
Yeah, like,
are you
get
serious? Are you serious right now?
It's like, I should have never come here. Yeah, so again, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. And if I've learned anything, or if we've learned anything, it's about motivation needs to come from within. We need to be grateful for where we are, but we definitely need to set priorities, have small goals and large goals, but also discipline, and not just reaching for those extrinsic things like money and praise, which I'm guilty of as well.
Me too.
Me too. Everyone.
Guilty.
Everyone. Trust me, everyone.
Yeah,
We are
but
humans.
exactly. And yeah, just reaching for your passion as well.
Perfect. Well, that does it for us at the show. And we have some social media places that you can find us at.
Yeah, it's at The Reality Is Show and thereealityisshow@gmail.com. Thank you everyone for watching and get inspired.
Oh, you did it! Oh my
I did,
god!
He's a natural.
Oh my god! Yay! Yay! Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.